Alcohol stoves. Any good? Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well. Today's video I want to talk about alcohol stoves. Why they're so popular, pros, cons, things like that. In general, why do people use them? I mean, they are quite popular stove. Great among campers and wild campers and things like that. People seem to just love these little items. They look nice, they look really smart, they clean really well, and basically they're just great to have in your bag. Now these are generally made from I take it they're an aluminium or a steel, something like that. I mean, this one's an anodized one. You can get them in different colors. You've probably seen the videos where people use them out of Coke cans, things like that. They come in all shapes and sizes and different variants and things like that, but they all generally do the same thing. Now, to the people that don't know really much about alcohol stoves and how they work, basically you fill this trough with alcohol, or you can get denatured alcohol, anything that's got roughly, I'd say, 70 to 100% alcohol in it. The gel is not the best for these. You really want the real liquid form of alcohol. Things like this. We've seen this over the last couple of years, obviously a lot more due to the big C. You get these from anywhere. They're like a quid. This will last ages. Generally, you can store these in the alcohol stove. I don't personally, purely for the fact it seems to turn to a gel, and it's really, thick and horrible, and it takes ages to clean out. But you can do, it's got a rubber seal on. Generally, sometimes people will fill these up, and you'll get a good 20-30 minutes burn out of these, no problem, once these are full. You just screw the top back on, put it in your bag, and go out for a hike or a camp, and then you can take a hot drink with you or a hot meal on the go, dehydrated meal, something like that. Good thing about the alcohol stoves are they burn really hot, and I mean silly hot. You don't really see the flame, you can just see a slight tinge of blue. You really have to be careful when you light them not to be tempted to stick your hand over them, because they're more than likely 99% they are lit. So please do not do that. I see many people do that. Only way to tell is just stick your hand really high above it, a good 12-inch a foot, and you'll notice if the heat's kicking off it, then yeah, it's pretty much lit. So basically, you fill the trough up, and the alcohol is basically like an inner wall here down this side. So I don't know if you can see on the video, guys, that tube. Can't really see that. Sorry. There's some small holes at the bottom. There's about 4 or 5 holes at the bottom. Basically, you fill this trough up with alcohol, and when it warms up with the flame, it'll evaporate and create gases. Now, the gases come out of these small little holes that are all the way around, and that basically creates your burner. Generally, I've filled this to about halfway, and that gives me about a 20-ish minute burn. Now, again, this is really light. I believe this is more like a fine, thin steel, something like that, 1 mil. But the way it's made and the way it's formed, it's really it's a solid little item. I've never seen anyone break these. I doubt you'll ever be able to break one, but they are really good products. I've had one for, I mean, this has got to be 6-7 years old now, still going strong. I still like to have a play around with it in the garden and when I get to the allotment, things like that. I mean, it's been really well used, but for how long I've had it, it's still it's pretty decent. Now with this kit, you get a lid. So basically, this is just, in other words, just a snuffer. So when that's lit and you've done having a drink or a meal, you just basically put that on top, and it just cuts it out. It's gone. Again, I wouldn't trust these as much. They are a bit dicey sometimes. It's best just to blow them out. Don't get too close. But again, once this has been used and it starts giving off the flames, it starts to coagulate a bit at the bottom. It's really thick, and it's like a gloopy, rubbery mess. So I don't personally store any alcohol in It's up to you. If you've got one, let me know your thoughts on it. Put some comments in the section, and let me know what sort of alcohol and things you guys use. I just generally use the hand gel or something like that. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, and it's generally cheap. A lot of the newer ones now, they come with these sort of covers. Now this is basically a pot stand, so you stick that in there, pour your alcohol in, and then obviously stick your pot on top. And it's a pretty good distance from the top. I'd say it's about 1.5 inches, 2 inch. So you've got plenty of air gap to put, like a titanium camping pot on, something like that. I generally use it that way. Generally find seems to work better. Seems to go out if I use it the other way. If I use it like that, generally seems whatever I put on top, I don't know if there's enough air gets to it, or I don't know if it's just like a design fault. I mean, the thing is with these are that much produced. I mean, these are the real good ones are like the Trangia ones. That's what they are, a Trangia alcohol stove. But getting them now, these are so generic and so mass produced. You can get these for like £5. They go up to about £5 to £15. You can get them in titanium, things like that. Again, really solid item. I never had one leak on me. They do have a good seal on them, and they are just generally a good little toy to play around with, or take into the woods. And if generally a lot of people use these, and they are really good. I don't really, I can't really knock these for how good they really are. Some of the generic ones is this one. I mean, this one's a no-name brand. This one's great. It's all right. It's not the best. I have had better ones. Some perform better than others. You really have to keep these holes clean as well. Generally, I use a toothpick, something like that, small wire brush. Really keep these holes clean, because eventually these just block up. Again, just all gunks up. So this comes with a small little pouch, which is nice. I suppose you could have a fire kit in that, something like that. Keeps it all neat and tidy for you. But the general rule is, I've noticed a lot of people chuck these all over the place. Now, we all know what these are. These are Vapors Special e-liquid things, storage bottles, 10 ml, I believe, I think that is. Now, I just found this on the middle of the road, gave it a quick wash, cleaned it out. Now I can stick alcohol in that, no problem. 10 ml, not sure how much it'll get you and how far it'll get you, but it'd be nice to, I'm going to do a test on this, and we'll see how we go on this, because that'd be nice just to keep in a kit. You can keep it in the bag with everything else. And if that gets you, a hot cup of tea, coffee, why not? If you ever see these lying around, these are a great little condiment just to add to your kit for these. You see these all the time. People just dumping them everywhere, and it's like, blowing clouds in your face. And nothing against vapors. It's just, guys, put them in the bin. But if you ever do see these around, these are a great little idea. Thought, yeah, I know what I could use that for. I'm going to use a video to do this, and I can demonstrate how we use it and what we do. So guys, we'll do some testing on it. We'll let you know and see what you think. So guys, 28 minutes. What do we think? I think these are great. You know, you can't really go wrong with them. They're pretty straightforward. I will say I've left this uncleaned just to show you how it coagulates in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. A slight little bogey there. Just make sure you clean these out, guys. And I think these will last a lifetime. They're all good little stoves. Again, we did test it on 2 litres of water from a cold tap, so I think you're gonna knock easily 3/4 of that off when you're boiling just a cup of hot water for a drink or a meal on the go. Please like, guys, subscribe. Any comments, put them down below. Let me know what you think, if you have any different ones, and we can start talking about these things because I think they're great little items. It works. It was a fiver. Can't grumble. Get into it.